Do you often stay up late? No, I usually try to get to bed as early as possible. These days, I'm often asleep by 11 p.m. Sleeping is wonderful, and I feel so much better in the morning if I've had 7 or 8 hours of sleep. What do you do when you stay up late? Sometimes a good book or an addicting TV show will keep me up late. I also stay up later on the weekends if I'm out with friends at a restaurant or pub. It's easier to do this on the weekend because I can sleep in the next morning. How do you feel when you've stayed up late the night before? If it's just one night, I feel fine the next day. But if I stay up late for a few nights in a row, I have less energy during the day and I can become grumpy or impatient. For this reason, I try to catch up on my sleep debt as soon as possible. What are the bad effects of staying up late? I think it can affect our physical and mental health. If I stay up late, I have less energy, and as a result, I might skip my plans to exercise in the afternoon. I also eat more when I'm tired, and that's probably not good. Mentally, I just feel sluggish and struggle to focus and think clearly at work. Sleep is really important. The application that I usually use on my phone is called Spotify. I started using it around 10 years ago when the music industry shifted from private ownership of things like CDs and MP3s to streaming services. I love music and I use it often because it allows me to listen to music whenever and wherever I want, whether I'm working, exercising, or just relaxing. You can also create playlists and discover new songs and artists based on my musical tastes. There are a few interesting features that allow you to learn about new music, too. First, the app gets to know your taste and recommends similar artists. More often than not, the recommendations are for artists whom I end up liking. There's also a social aspect to Spotify. I can connect with my friends and share playlists. Many of my friends live in different cities or countries, so this app is one way that we keep in touch. I have to say that I'm really happy with Spotify. It's incredible how much music I have access to through the application. Before, I used to have to purchase CDs or download songs one by one, which was time-consuming and expensive. Over the last few years, they've expanded and now provide podcasts as well. Now I just pay a small monthly fee and I have access to everything I need. I really appreciate how easy and convenient the app is to use, and I feel like it has greatly improved my music listening experience. Another cool feature is at the end of the year, it will create playlists of all the songs and genres that I listen to the most, which is a fun way to look back on the year that has just passed. There are other apps that provide more or less the same service, so choosing the right application is really just a matter of taste or convenience. For me, Spotify has been perfect. Which phone app is the most popular in your country? I think KakaoTalk is the most popular phone app right now. Almost everyone relies on it for text messaging, but it's also a social network. People share photos and updates with friends and family. It can also be used to pay for things and even order a taxi. Given all its uses, it's really popular these days. Do you think parents should limit the time their children spend on the phone? Yes, I think it's a good idea for parents to put limits on how much time children spend on phones. Children of all ages need to learn social skills by interacting in real life rather than online or through video games. There's also a lot of content online that's not appropriate for children. Some phone use is surely fine, but there are better ways for children to spend their time. Do you think people depend on phone apps too much? It's hard to generalize, but I would say that some people definitely spend too much time on their phone apps. It's understandable. Our phones connect us to all the world's knowledge and information. There's always something new, and it's easy to become addicted. There's nothing wrong with a few hours a day, but beyond that, I don't think it's the best use of our time. Do you think some apps will help us to study? There are a lot of apps that help people study. Rather than creating flashcards to learn new vocabulary or concepts, we can use an app and quiz ourselves. Note-taking apps let people carry their class notes on their phone or tablet so they can study at any time. Calendar and scheduling apps can also help people manage their time wisely. Finally, there are wonderful apps for language learning, such as Babbel and Duolingo.